There is just something about New York. Everything is bigger and brighter. It's a magical, mysterious place where moments reach greater heights and greatness tends to fit the Yankees pinstripes in all shapes and sizes. No judgment here, but let's all rise for the new age Bronx Bomber, Aaron Judge. His adventure to the bright lights of the Big Apple started in the small Northern California suburb of Linden, a town with a population of only 1,800 people and is best known for its annual Cherry Festival. Talk about small town USA. Judge could have stayed close to home after high school. He was originally drafted by the Oakland A's in 2010, but he decided to attend Fresno State University, where he starred for 3 years. It was there where he developed and ultimately cashed in on the fruits of his labor, as he was the Yankees' first-round selection in 2013. Standing at an imposing 6'7", 280 pounds, Judge is a superhero-like figure on the diamond, and every time he's at the plate, there's an anticipation that something special is about to happen. And with every ball that goes over the fence, he builds on his Yankee legacy. Only a year removed from his record-setting rookie campaign, the expectations placed on Judge were enormous entering the 2018 season. So far, he's lived up to those expectations and has similar power numbers this year as he did this time last year. But for some reason, baseball card collectors and investors are hesitant to buy in. I'm Chris Steuber, and this is episode 2 of the Baseball Cards Daily podcast. We all know the phrase, chicks dig the long ball. Of course they do. Why wouldn't they? But it's not just the chicks who dig the long ball. We all do. There's nothing better in baseball than a well-struck home run. The sound of the bat exploding as the ball travels into orbit over a fence roughly 400 feet away is nothing short of heroic. Think about the chess match a batter has to win to launch a ball that far off a pitcher who clearly has the edge on every single pitch. A batter may have an idea of what's to come, but he doesn't really know and is still able to square it up for what is to me the most exciting play in all of sports. Who cares if home runs are becoming more and more common and launch angle is the hot term these days? Home runs are the lifeblood of baseball, and they are the reason why we admire and ultimately collect and invest in a real-life superhero like Aaron Judge. Let's wind the hobby clocks back a year. Regardless if you are a Yankees fan or not, I'd bet you were obsessed with getting your hands on one of Judge's hot prospect or rookie cards and were willing to exceed your budget to get it. Trust me, I'm with you. I was one of those people too. What he did as a rookie was simply incredible. He was an all-star. He won the home run derby. He hit 52 home runs and surpassed Mark McGwire's rookie home run record. He was the runner-up for the AL MVP award and probably should have won it. As much as I like Jose Altuve, you can't deny the impact Judge had on the Yankees. Anyway, for those of you who follow me on social media, you probably saw my card stock feature on Judge. As always, I recommended 3 of his cards to invest in and broke it down into 3 categories. Go for broke, get it today, and play it safe. Let's review the 3 cards I recommended on my card stock feature, starting with the one I chose for play it safe. If you're listening to this podcast and are someone who is a little hesitant to invest big money in Judge, or don't have a lot of money to spend on one of his cards, but want to get one nice card of his for your collection, the 2017 Immaculate Collection Jersey Autograph card, numbered out of 99, is the one I highly recommend. There's a lot to like about this card. The main reason why I recommend the one out of 99 is because the photo of Judge on the card. His body is positioned in a way that you would never know any logos were removed from his helmet or jersey. The MLB licensing with cards is a huge issue to me, and I personally don't like it when features are removed from a uniform. Those cards just look very cheap to me, and the good news with this one, you don't have to worry about that with this card. Another great thing is that the autograph is hard signed, which is beautiful. The huge bonus on this card is a pretty good sized jersey swatch. Everyone loves an autograph card, but a jersey on-card autographed card is phenomenal, and this one is decently affordable. Now, there are some negatives with this card. Immaculate Collection cards tend to have edging and surface issues due to the foil. The stock itself is a little soft, which makes the corners vulnerable to being damaged. However, for the cost and all that's going on with this card, it's perfect for someone looking for a quality Judge autographed rookie card. The card I picked as the Get It Today card is my favorite card of Judge. I'm a huge fan of the Topps Heritage brand. In my opinion, it's the best product every single year. And the Aaron Judge 2017 Topps Heritage Real One autograph card is absolutely fantastic. From the retro feel to the perfectly captured profile image, not to mention the on-card autograph, which is available in blue or red ink, this card is a beauty and would look great in anyone's collection. My only problem with the card is the cost. People who own the card love how much it's worth, but for those who want it, it's a very expensive card and you'll likely be priced out. But if you are someone who is saving for a modern, high-end card, I would add this to your potential purchase list. It's a good one. The obvious go-for-broke card of Judge is the 2013 Bowman Chrome Draft Pick Autograph card. While I love the 2017 Topps Heritage Real One Auto of Judge, the 2013 Bowman Chrome Auto is his most sought-after and dreamt about card. This card is what dreams are made of for any Judge fan. Even though the card doesn't feature the first Bowman card logo in the upper right-hand corner, it's the first Bowman autograph of Judge. That alone brings unbelievable value, and potential buyers will have to pay a premium to own this gem. Like many Bowman Chrome cards, it comes in a variety of shiny, pretty colors with various serial numbers as well as printing plates, and the autograph is on card. I really like the design of 2013 Bowman. I'm a fan of white borders on the card. It's just a classic, clean look. Topps did a nice job of not over-designing this card, and the photo they chose for Judge was just right. It's not the profile-type photo that I love and appeared on the 2017 Topps Heritage card, but it's an action profile shot that demonstrates exactly who he is at the plate. An imposing figure who exudes strength. It's perfect. The only thing that I would nitpick with this card is that on the base chrome cards, the font color on the nameplate is hard to read because it's chromed and not white. I wonder if that was a mistake during the printing of these cards. It really doesn't matter because this card is a home run and it has a chance to be legendary in the hobby. The reason why that card could be legendary is because Judge has a chance to be the next Yankees legend, which means a lot in the hobby. It may sound a little far-fetched now because he still has a long way to go, but on his power alone, he's already legendary. Imagine if he develops a little more patience at the plate. He'll likely always be a high strikeout guy. That's the life of most power hitters. And as fans and collectors, we all have to learn to live with it. But plate awareness and pitch selection are refined tools. And with a little more seasoning, Judge could be much better in those areas and be even more dangerous as a hitter. That's a scary thought. If that's not reason enough to want to collect or invest in Judge, the guy just seems like a good dude and is easy to root for. He comes across as an extremely genuine guy and says the right things. Now, could he be an actor and know how to work the media? Sure, that's always possible. We've all seen that before, but I don't see any reason to believe that. And I think what you see is what you get from Judge. A guy who came from a great family as an adopted child, learned to respect others and be humble, and worked hard to get where he is today. Those are the qualities any collector should look for, especially if you're going to invest big money on that player's cards. Investing money and collecting a player's cards is a personal choice, and one that's chosen for a number of reasons. And if you're going to invest big money in a player's cards, you should carefully evaluate everything about that player and try to project ahead as best you can. Most of what I've said so far about Judge are reasons why you should invest in him. There are also some reasons I can see why people would hesitate to buy in on him. The first thing for me would be his age. He was a 25-year-old rookie last year, and he's currently 26. Some players take a little longer than others to get to the show, and Judge was a college player, so he didn't get an early start. But the late start on his career is a little concerning to me from a numbers standpoint. Baseball is all about numbers, and even if he stays healthy, he may not have enough time to reach important milestones to be considered for the Hall of Fame. The way I look at it, Judge could be the next David Ortiz or Ryan Howard. Ortiz made it to the big leagues at 21, but he didn't find his eventual Hall of Fame groove until he was 25 or 26. Of course, Big Papi had some injury woes, but it never seemed to hurt his overall production. He was relatively consistent and will likely be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Similar to Judge, Howard was a 25-year-old rookie. He had some dominant years to start and appeared to be destined for Cooperstown, but after he tore his Achilles in 2011, he was never the same and wasn't able to produce the numbers it would take to get a call to the Hall. Judge has already dealt with his share of injuries, some minor ones and some major ones while he was in the minor leagues and the big leagues. Look, he's a big guy, and a lot of force is generated when he's hitting, running, and playing in the field. So injuries are going to happen. They happen to everyone. Hopefully, Judge can avoid the major ones moving forward. The last thing you want to see as a collector or investor is a player you spend money on and root for suffer a significant injury and have to worry about their long-term health year to year. That's not good for anyone. I only received 2 questions for this podcast, and feel free to send me your questions for future podcasts to bbcardsdaily@gmail.com. The first question comes from Twitter, and it's from @LanceBo30. Is it worth collecting lower-end rookie cards of Judge? Yes, it's worth collecting lower-end rookie cards of Judge. Not everyone can afford autographed cards, especially ones of Judge. If you are a fan of his and are only in the hobby for the hobby and not looking to make money, I think that's awesome. It's what the hobby was supposed to be all about. I actually miss the days when the hobby was all about non-autographed rookie cards. When I was a kid, autographs were something you would get if you mailed a card to a player or got one in person at a game. I still do both. It's something I've done for a long time. It was a lot of fun then when I was a kid, and it is still today. And the final question comes from Billy Jones. Speaking of autographs, I have an Aaron Judge 2015 Bowman signed card that I got through the mail. It's authenticated, but I'm curious as to what something like this is worth. Billy, in a perfect world, an autograph is an autograph, no matter if you got it through the mail, in person, or ripped it out of a pack. But unfortunately, that's not how the hobby is today. For autos acquired through the mail or in person, it really depends on which company authenticated the autograph. I'm also pretty picky about the placement of the autograph on the card. Type of marker that was used, was it a thick marker or a thin marker, and what color was it? Without seeing the card, I'd probably place the value between $75 and $100. Nice job getting Judge's auto through the mail. That's great. Thank you to everyone who took the time to listen to this episode. Be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and rating on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. Also, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram @Chris Steuber, that's STEUBER, and @BBCardsDaily. I'm Chris Steuber, and this has been the Baseball Cards Daily Podcast.